Hi friends, welcome to Beautifully Bookish Bethany, where I have new videos every week about books and the geeky mom lifestyle. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you my TBR for participating in February in the Black Author Readathon, Blackathon, and the Blacklit Challenge. So of course February is Black History Month, and there are a lot of amazing creators who are getting involved in these projects to promote books by Black authors, which you should be reading all year long. I read them all year long, but February in particular can be a great way to kind of get a jump start in different genres. And there are 3 readathons or reading challenges that are happening that I was like, oh, well, I want to do all of them. Let me see how I can fit some of this stuff into my TBR. So we're going to talk about all of them today. And if you want to join in any or all of these, the information will be linked in the video description down below. So first up, the Black Author Readathon is focused on reading romance by Black authors. This is being co-hosted by a whole bunch of bookstagrammers and booktubers. I will put a picture right here. And it's kind of fun because it's a bingo board style challenge where your goal is to either get a bingo or get a blackout. Because my TBR for the month is a little bit wild and I'm trying to participate in so many different things, I'm just gonna go for a bingo, but you might want to do more than that. I will say I do have a couple of stretch goals, like books that if I am able to fit them in, I may try to do for this challenge, but I can get a bingo with just 3 books, which is very exciting. So the prompts that I'm planning to meet with these books are: read a workplace romance, read a romance from a series about a friend group, I'll be using the free space, read about a single parent, and finally read a forbidden, dark, or taboo romance. I have 3 books to meet those challenges, and 2 of them are actually by an author that I've been wanting to read from for a while. I've heard Ashley from Bookish Realm talk about some of her books, and it turns out 2 of them are available in the Audible Plus catalog, and that is Alexandria House. She's a contemporary Black romance author, and I've heard really great things about her books, so I've accessed through that catalog to 2 of them, and they fit some of these prompts. So first up, I'm planning on listening to Touch Me by Alexandria House. This one fits the prompt of being a workplace romance because it follows a woman who is a professor who ends up having a thing for the new artist in residence at the university that she teaches at. So that kind of fits as a workplace romance. Then to meet the prompts of reading about a single parent and reading about a dark, forbidden, or taboo romance, I'm going to be listening to Teach Me by Alexandria House. This one is not necessarily dark, but it is slightly a forbidden romance because it involves a relationship between a professor and a student, even if the student is like a full-grown adult. The heroine in the story is a psychology professor, and the hero is a student in her classroom who is a single dad and former football player. So this counts for the single parent romance and the taboo romance. And then lastly, for a book revolving around a friend group or partly linked to a friend group, I'm going to be reading Red Hot Scott by Twyla Turner. This was actually on my TBR as a recommendation for good fat representation with body positive heroines, so it's one I've been meaning to read anyway. Turns out the author is a Black romance author, and it is part of a series that involve a group of female friends, from what I understand. So this first one has a plus-size heroine with a bodybuilder hero, and I guess her deal is she, for trauma reasons, I think, is kind of like grossed out by all the muscliness, but he's like really into her. So I think it has a cinnamon roll hero, and yeah, I hear good things about it, and that will make my bingo for this readathon. Then I have 2 novellas that if I have time, I might get to them. I have them downloaded on my Kindle, and they have also been on my TBR for a while. The first one is Damaged Goods by TALIA HIBBERT. It's part of the Ravenswood series. I don't know specifically which characters this one is following, but it is a shorter work. It's a novella by her. And then another book that was put on my radar for having good representation of a plus-size heroine, supposedly, is Dylan by Imani King, which is another shorter work. So if you couldn't tell for this, and you'll see in my other prompts too, because I already have a pretty full TBR for February because of the books I need to review, I'm trying to go for shorter works or works I can get on audio. But yeah, really excited to participate in this. I hope you guys will join in. Then Jessie over at Bowties and Books is hosting the 3rd annual Blackathon, and I love what they're doing with that readathon. It's bigger and better than ever this year, and they have a whole lot of stuff going on. I am not getting too ambitious with this, but I do want to support the readathon, and I'm going to be on Team SFF. I did some searching around to see if I could find things that I could actually reasonably get to that would meet those challenges for Team SFF, and I'm very happy to say that I have found some great options. The first prompt for Team SFF is to read a book that heavily embodies Black spirituality. And for this, I'm actually going to be reading a middle grade book. I have an audio review copy for this I've been meaning to get to through Penguin Random House Volumes app, so this seemed like a great place to slot it in. That is Tristan Strong Destroys the World by Kwame Mbalia. It's part of the Rick Riordan Presents imprint, and I read the first book in the series and really enjoyed it. I've been meaning to get to the second one. Seems like a great opportunity, and what's cool about it is that all of this mythology in the book is surrounding African gods and goddesses, and so that's like really integrated with the storytelling. So I don't know if that was like the spirit of the prompt, but it does fit it. It embodies Black spirituality in interesting ways. So that's what I'm going to read for the first prompt. The second prompt is to read a book where a Black protagonist encounters alien civilizations or alien technology. I have a couple of options for this. One option would be reading the group book, which I was actually able to get on audio from my library. This is The Lesson by Twyla Turner. I'd not actually heard of this before, but it looks pretty interesting. It's got a Black main character encountering aliens, like coming to Earth, so it seems like it would be interesting. The other option is a novella that would finish out a series I've been meaning to finish for so long, and that is Binti the Night Masquerade by Nnedi Okorafor. This is the third book in a sci-fi novella trilogy about a young girl from Africa who encounters alien civilizations and alien technology, so this would also fit that prompt. The final prompt is to read a book where time travel is a major component, and I don't do a lot of time travel books, but I recalled that I've been meaning to read the graphic novel version of Kindred by Octavia Butler, which includes time travel. I have read the original novel and really loved it, and I've had this on my TBR for a while. I think I read part of it at one point and didn't finish it, so this seems like a good opportunity, and graphic novels don't take me long to read, so again, for trying to get to a bunch of readathons, this is a great pick. Then lastly, Seiji over at the Artisan Geek is hosting the Blacklit Challenge, which is challenging you to read books by Black authors in formats and from different countries than you usually do. So the goal is to get at least 4 points. You get 1 point for every country that you read from, and you get additional points for reading from a list of other kinds of authors. So again, not a super ambitious TBR on my part, but I'm going to try to get 4 points through this. First up, if I read Binti the Night Masquerade by Nnedi Okorafor, this will give me 2 points, one for reading an author from the United States, that is one country, and then if I do other countries, you would get a point for those, and then also a point for reading from a disabled author. Actually, it's interesting, I didn't know until recently Nnedi Okorafor is disabled, but she is, so that fits across 2 different readathons. Then a book that's on my primary TBR because I have an e-arc from NetGalley I need to get to is A Queen of Gilded Horns by Amanda Joy. This would give me an additional point because it is by a queer Black author, a member of the LGBTQ+ community, and it's already on my TBR, so that would give me a total of 3 points. Then if I read that novella that I mentioned earlier, Damaged Goods by TALIA HIBBERT, I would get 2 more points because it is by a disabled author and an author from the UK, so that gives me another country. So that would give me a total of 5 points across those 3 books. So that's what I'm going to try to do for that one. Clearly, because I am doing so many things this month, I'm not going full force with any of them, but I wanted to support all of these readathons. I think what they're doing is great, and I hope that this will give you guys some awareness of cool things happening in February that you can participate in. There's so much going on. There are Instagram challenges, there's movie watch nights with Blackathon, there's giveaways, so I would encourage you to go and check out all the links down below where there's announcement videos so you can find out more. Talk to me in the comments down below. Let me know any of your thoughts or feelings on anything I talked about in this video. And for question of the day, let me know what your reading plans are for February, given that it's Black History Month. Are you planning on participating in any of these challenges or readathons? Are you gonna try to read from some Black authors on your TBR? Let me know your plans in the comments down below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you want to see more, and if you want to support the work of the channel, check out the Patreon linked down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.